Mort, I think today we're going to discuss the films of David Fincher, an area man. I think he was from the San Francisco area.
Originally from Colorado.
From Colorado.
And grew up here for part of his teenage years. A very interesting filmmaker, makes very visually powerful films. He starts off making the third Alien.
Yeah, and that's a much maligned film. I think probably the least popular film in the series, probably not even counting as the recent Alien versus Predator, which some people were forced to see. I think when making Alien 3 its failures as an action film are made up by its strengths as an AIDS threnody. It's actually it's a very allegorical film about AIDS, in which the aliens' tendency to infect everything around him is reflected in that. It's a very somber and melancholy film.
Very. The look of it is very good, but very depressing.
Oh yeah, depressing.
But then he immediately hits with this rocketing film called Fight Club.
Well, actually,
no, seven comes before that, doesn't it? Yeah. Tell us about Seven.
Well, it's a serial killer film, and David
Morgan Freeman,
Brad Pitt, like another instrumental on his way up. With Kevin Spacey as the suspect in it, a serial killer whose crimes are themed to the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, visually just completely unique, and imitated in spirit just again and again and again all through the 90s.
Right.
As not my idea of a good time. A little bit
too gory.
A little bit too gory in an unpleasant gothic way that I just found kind of. I mean, I'm really usually pretty fond of gore.
That's a good.
I thought it was a bit on the judgmental. It was a bit on the judgmental side, and I think that's what happens when you make it. When I thought it was a Christian allegory, I started to back away from it.
But the next one is also judgmental. Because and this is Fight Club, which talks about testosterone and the males playing fight games with each other.
The film was just like fun all the way around. First off, I think it's one of the best adaptations of a book, as far as just an improvement of a book that has this like really terrible whiny side that I think the common reader doesn't really pick up on so much. The movie instead is funny, almost strangely joyous, the kind of mad hilarity. Brad Pitt being just like his first really great role, maybe his best role ever in it, and I think Helena Bonham Carter as the girl. It was just like it was a really successful adaptation, and more fun than watching it. And watching it was loads of fun. The spirit, the technique, and the critique of this the male movement is topped, I think, by just the way that the media reacted to it. How they thought that there was going to be suddenly like outbursts of like males like bashing each other in basements. So.
Which has happened, by the way.
Every now and then. But how much monkey
but what's so interesting is the tracing out of this as really male bashing becomes the beginning of fascism.
Yeah.
And all of it though is controlled by alter ego revelations in the end, which we won't ruin, but are very important for the next film that we'll be talking about.